Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Dolphins going up against the Bills. Now we'll go down to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms for this Week 11 matchup.
The lights are on bright, and that means it's Monday night in the NFL here on EA Sports.
Hello, friends. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms getting set for this important matchup late in the year. The playoff chase is on, and every game is an absolute must. Partner, how about it before kickoff?
I think, Jim, during the year, you can get such differences in emotional levels for football team. One game means more for one team than it does the other. We have two teams where everything is the same. It's all on the line, so emotionally and physically, they're going to be even. Now we're going to find out who can go out on the field and execute and give their team the best chance to win.
Well, one of the glory teams of the AFC will be kicking the football to start this game.
The Dolphins are back deep, waiting for the kick return.
And with that kick, these two rivals are ready to go. And Williams is running this one out. Just across the 20 and tackled at the 21. Tannehill's heading out now. He'll, of course, be leading this offense today. And on the season, he's completed over 60% of his passes. First down at the 21. Wide
to the left.
And he is brought down at the 39.
If you're running back and you want more carries, do things like this. Read the defense right, read the blocking, and pick up first downs. That's a really good job by the running back.
The Dolphins go with two tight ends on this play. The Dolphins have it at the 39. Thompson's the one who brings him to the ground. Now, here's a look at the Dolphins' offense. Last week, they never turned the football over once. Ryan Tannehill will be under center. And it's swatted away. Between plays, let's take a look at how the Bills defense, they've had a tough time this year slowing down the running game. It'll be interesting to see how they'll fare against it today. The Bills defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go nickel. 3rd and 7. Catch made.
He's brought down. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Good job by the defense. Staying in the right spots. They give up the short pass. They make the tackle. And now we have 4th down coming up.
This will bounce into the end zone for a touchback, and the ball will come out to the 20.
And now we've got a young quarterback about to head onto the field for the first time today.
Jim, this guy, he's starting to inch his way up into that elite status, and he keeps playing solid football. So if he goes out here today and plays a good, solid game again today, we're gonna start talking about him differently here in the future.
First down at the 20. Handoff. Tackled down at the 22. I know they want to come.
establish the run, but boy, this defense right now is not bending.
They're doing a good job so far, the defense, but on the offensive side, stay patient, keep pounding that football, and hopefully you can wear this defense down as the game goes along.
Picks up about 5.
Jim, let's keep our eye on the defense. If they keep giving up runs like this, they're going to have to change what they're doing on the defensive side. Maybe bring another guy down in the box to stop those runs.
The Dolphins defense now is going to go nickel.
3rd down and 3. And the flag is down.
Holding offense. The penalty is declined.
The Bills decide they will punt the football. And Lee is brought down. And a run back of about 3. The Dolphins offense now ready to get a drive going. Not something we've seen a whole lot of to this point, as the punters are having a very busy afternoon of it here, Phil.
Well, you know, Jim, I came into this game and I just wanted to see a lot of punts because that's exciting football, right? That's what we've seen so far. So let's see if one of these offenses, maybe the one out there right now, can get something going and put some excitement back in the stadium. The defense doesn't want to give up runs like that, so how do they stop it? Well, they start crowding the line of scrimmage, so you keep crowding that line of scrimmage, look out, they'll throw it over the top.
2nd down here after that run play. Tannehill gives it up. They'll meet him this time behind the line.
The Dolphins offensive coordinator, he has to be frustrated by that play. I think he calls the right play, but what happens? The run loses yards. That's just a bad job by the offensive line.
The Dolphins have it at the 44. Mike Evans makes the play. That is how you draw it up, isn't it, Phil?
Oh, man, a quarterback loves guys that can make catches like this, and they're just so strong. They know how to zero in. They never lose concentration, and you never see him drop a pass.
An extra tight end on the field for this one. 1st and 10. Thompson's in on the tackle.
If you want to run the football with success, you're going to have plays like this where they pick up very little yardage. Don't listen to the fans. Keep running it, and it'll work.
2nd down and 8. Another carry here. He's averaging about 4 yards a carry.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They were all over the run that time, and they only give up a short gain.
The Dolphins have a 3rd down coming up. They did a great job a week ago of converting on 3rd down. The Dolphins come out with a split backfield. The Dolphins take it from the 43. And he hauls it in. Gonna take it home for the touchdown. And they've got a lead for themselves midway through the 1st thanks to that touchdown.
Yeah, it was a good drive that time. It had a little bit of everything in it, and it just gives you tremendous confidence as here we are halfway through the 1st quarter. Now you put the pressure on the other team.
Extra point was good.
Tannehill's going to look on now from the sidelines. That last drive, he contributed more than 50 yards in the air. Goodwin's not going to test the coverage this time as he takes a knee. The Bills offense comes back onto the field. Let's see if they can move the chains this time, because the last possession was ugly. They weren't out there very long.
Jim, you know how I think in situations like this, I think it's more up to the coach than the players. Call a play that really catches the defense off guard so you can get an easy gain and get the momentum on your side and get it rolling. Good route that time by the receiver on the out route. Nice throw by the quarterback. This is what they call a timing route. Well, they were right on time.
First down at the 34. He'll throw it over the middle. Reaches out and snatches it.
Quarterbacks always love play-action passes. Why? Because it usually gives them a little more time to throw. When you get more time, you're going to make a better decision, and you're going to be more accurate.
The Dolphins with a nickel look here on defense.
First down at the 49. Sue's the one who made the big stop.
The Bills running back that time, he makes a bad decision. You can't be looking to make every play a big play when you're running the football. Look for a few yards, take advantage of that. He tries for the big play. What happens? He gets tackled for a loss.
Second down and 11. Got the completion. And he's tackled down after picking up the first.
This tight end's very talented. He's a good run blocker and also a good receiver. Makes a nice catch on that throw.
First and 10. They'll go ground. Hagman's there to take it down. Here's the Bills offense. They've got a rushing attack that's hovering right around league average this season. After the 2-yard carry, it sets up second down and 8. The wide receiver shifting around in motion. Toss to the outside. Here's how the Dolphins defense. They know they need to force turnovers today, coming off a game in which they had no takeaways. It's third down coming up.
The Dolphins lined up in the nickel.
Here's the handoff. Tackle made by Daniels.
Well, one of the hardest things to do, and I think in the NFL now, is third shortest, run the football and pick up yards. That time, nice job by the offensive line. They showed their power, and they picked up the first down.
To the ground. He's brought down at the 23-yard line.
Good job by the defensive line, standing in there and fighting, and they hold the running back to a short gain.
The Bills take it from the 23. He's got the catch.
Well, this is an easy call right now for the offensive coordinator. He knows the situation of the football game, so you give the quarterback a nice, safe play to run right here.
Loss of 4 on the play. The Bills from the 27. Has his man. Gains 17. The Bills now inside the 20. A week ago, they converted time and time again inside the red zone.
Let's go.
First and goal from the 10. They'll run it off the toss. And that's a gain of 9. He's averaging about 3 yards a carry on the day.
If I'm on the defense and the offense is this close to scoring, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I am sending everybody. I am going to gamble that it is a run. If they have the courage to throw,
He breaks the play. He's in for the touchdown. And that touchdown, Phil, here late in the first, ties the game.
yeah, it ties it up, and it gets them out of a little hole, and of course it gives the offense a lot of confidence. And on the defensive side, they have struggled early, but maybe they can start to pick things up.
Got a tie game now, getting set to kick it off. The score's 7-7. Williams is going to drop to a knee here, so this will come out to the 20. The Bills defense, let's see where they are mentally here, Phil, after allowing a touchdown.
Well, they got to have some motivation after that last drive. It was so poor. It's about discipline. We didn't see it from their defense. So this time, go out there and just do your job.
First down at the 20. And a flag comes out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Roughing the passer call gives the offense 15 yards and a new set of downs.
Yeah, and it was a terrible roughing the passer that time. He absolutely took 2 steps before he hit the quarterback. You can see when he lets the ball go. When you see him let it go, pull up.
And the second quarter is underway with this snap. Slashes to the left side.
I don't know if that was a good run breaking those tackles or just bad tackling. Whatever it is, they get a few yards.
Double tight end formation. Second and short. They'll run it here. He's now averaging 6 yards a carry on the day.
What a good job by the running back that time. He reads the blocks very well, and he picks his way through there and picks up a first down. That's nice.
Now 1st and 10. Running right through the trenches.
Always good to have these types of runs. Hey, it's not a first down, but it sends a message. It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to, and also it opens up so many other things for your offense.
The Bills defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go nickel.
Set up screen. Charging ahead.
That picks up 11.
What a nice job on the catch this time and breaking the tackle and getting those extra yards. When you make plays like that, if I was a quarterback, I'd give you a few more chances with the football.
First down at the 15. Gilmore's in on the tackle.
Good coaching on the defensive side. Everybody stays at home. They stay in their gap, and they hold that run to a short gain.
Set up now at the 12-yard line. Second down and 7.
Rock for a loss on that play. A player is down on the field, and the training staff comes out, and we'll step aside for just a moment. And welcome back. Danielle Bellini is working on getting us an update on the injury as we return to action.
Yeah, Jim, it looks like an upper body injury. I think we're pretty sure of that. And as usual, we just hope it's not serious. We'll find out here soon.
Third down and 10. In his hands, complete, touchdown. They've got the lead here early in the second quarter. A good development for them in this game.
Yeah, nice. You know, they learned something in that first quarter. They took that knowledge and they put it to good use, and they found a way to get down there and score a touchdown. That was a nice job by the offense.
Danielle's got an injury update for us. Let's go to her now.
Guys, I just spoke with a Bills official. The injury appears to be a broken collarbone. He will not be returning to today's game, and the team won't know the extent of the injury until after the x-rays. On top of that, they're saying it's hard to know how long he'll be out for right now, but they would not rule out an extended absence.
The Bills offense heading back onto the field to start the drive after the result of their last possession was a touchdown. You think they've got another one in them, partner?
Oh, I absolutely do. I mean, just look at it. They got a good football team. The quarterback has great confidence and talent. When you put those things together, that makes you good. It makes you dangerous. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him march down there again.
You knew this was going to happen, and the coach disagrees with the call on the field. There's no question he caught the ball, but there is a question whether or not he got both feet in bounds.
Well, first off, you want to make sure it's a clean catch on the sidelines. Does he have possession of the football? And then once you declare he has possession of the football, let's look down at both feet, see if they're in bounds, and don't forget, you must maintain possession of the football as you go to the ground.
So the challenge pays off. The referee overturns the play.
Yeah, good challenge by the coach that time, Jim. The evidence was clear. And always, I think when you're a head coach in the NFL, you better have a trusted friend up there to tell you, watch the TV, and let you know when to challenge. Good job by the head coach.
Got the completion. Brought down at the 32.
Nice play call that time by the offensive coordinator. A little screen pass to the halfback. He knew the defensive line was going to be charging hard. They were, and it picked up some nice yards.
The Dolphins defense now is going to go nickel. The Bills from the 32. Handoff made. Tackled down at the 28-yard line. He's averaging about 3 yards a carry on the day.
This is one good tackling defense. They stay in good position at all times, and we saw it that time when they stopped the play for a short gain.
Let's go.
2nd down and 7.
Gets the handle here.
Nice job that time by the defense. They were ready for the run. Nowhere for the running back to go, and they stopped him for a short gain.
Dropping back now into the shotgun. Makes the catch. Ball is out. This one's going back the other way. An open lane.
Good job by the defense that time, creating a fumble. And that is truly a takeaway because that hard hit took the football away from the runner.
Before there's another snap, the officials want to go back and take a look at that last one.
So they're looking to see if the ball came out before the knee was down.
I think when you look at these plays, most of the time it's pretty easy to determine. Jim, you know, it's just always a clear shot. When that knee hits the ground, you can freeze that shot and determine if it's a fumble or down by contact.
Well, it was called one way on the field. It was a booth review, and the call was overturned. Breaking huddle at the 6. First and goal. Here's the handoff, and they'll run it. Picked up a couple that time.
Holding offense.
That penalty is, of course, going to be accepted by the defense. They come to the line of scrimmage in an excellent starting point.
Let's go.
First and goal. There's a flag out.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
You took a few of these shots in your day. That's a late hit on the quarterback.
Yeah, nowadays these guys, I believe the quarterback is overprotected. To me, this is a bad call. The defensive player feel bad. All he's doing is his job, and he still gets penalized 15 yards.
He's averaged about 2 yards a carry on the day.
If you want to run the football with success, you're going to have plays like this where they pick up very little yardage Don't listen to the fans. Keep running it, and it'll work.
Second and goal at the 1. Powers his way across. Touchdown. Phil, we're a quarter and a half into this game, and suddenly we're right back to where we started. The game is tied.
Yeah, it's tied, Jim. Both offenses, I think, are playing pretty well. You got to give a lot of credit to the offensive lines. They are dominating the pace of play, and that's why we have a tie score.
Got a tie game here now, and what's been a good one so far. The score's 14-14. Williams going to test the coverage this time. Williams brought down at the 21. And Williams is the one who is down and will step aside for just a moment. The Dolphins ready to go on the march again, and that's exactly what they've been doing here lately. They've taken it all the way down the field on the last 2 possessions for touchdowns. Phil, can they make it 3 straight?
Let me say this to you, Jim. It's just not that easy. As we're watching this game, and
no one's going to get him now. Now at the 40, the 30. Breaks free. The 10. By touchdowns.
How about the blocking up front? Lets the running back get in the secondary, and he is so quick and elusive. He avoids the tackles and takes it all the way for the touchdown.
The Dolphins lined up now for the point after. And the extra point is good. The Bills are ready to return the kickoff. Goodwin's got a chance to return this one. Gets out past the 20 and brought down at the 24. The Bills offense would like to drive for another touchdown. Only they would like to think that this time it won't go to waste, and their defense might step up at some point here, Phil.
Well, all they can do is just go out there and score again. Don't worry about your defense. Don't start thinking about that. Worry about your job, what you're doing on the offensive side, because what you have been doing has been terrific.
Second down after going to the ground game the first play. The Bills come to the line, and they put their receivers in a bunch formation. On the money. Going to take it the distance. Taking it all the way home for the touchdown. And these teams are on level ground again after the touchdown with just about half the second quarter still to play.
You know what's fun about situations like this when teams get tied, to see the strategy and what the coaches have up their sleeve that we haven't seen so far.
The Bills kicking team comes out now as the offense takes a break, and they deserve one after going down the field, mainly through the air with over 70 yards passing. Lee's got it on the return. And the tackle's made right around the 26-yard line. The Bills defense comes onto the field after surrendering a touchdown on the last drive.
Well, they're hoping for better results. No question about that, Jim. They got to come out. They got to hustle. There was not enough hustle last time. And the number one key for all defensive teams is play hard.
Way to call him out there, partner.
Hey, that's what I do. I like to call people.
The Dolphins have been involved in a tightly contested game to this point, and on offense, it's the passing game that's been good.
Tannehill's look good, though, and that should bode well for the rest of this one.
Well, if this keeps up this way, there's no doubt I think it does bode well for them. Everybody is playing well on the offensive side. The play calling and the defense, they got to find a way to stop this hot quarterback.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Player showing no restraint, coming in on the quarterback, and that late hit will cost his team 15.
A lot of times these late hits are called, and I feel for the defensive player. Not in this case. That was an easy call. A blatant late hit. It's worthy of 15 yards.
Gets it out for the completion. The Dolphins now move the chains.
So many things are involved when you talk about people catching the pass. Catch it cleanly. Also, catch it and break a tackle. Everybody loves that. Nice job that time.
First down and 10. Look at that concentration as he makes the grab.
That's his first reception today.
Hard to throw the football down the field once you get in the red zone. That time the quarterback, well, he knows that. And he looks down there, nobody open deep, throws it short, and they get a nice solid pickup on that play call.
The give. Dan picks up about 3. Coming to the line at the 3.
Tannehill's back in shotgun formation. Should be an easy one here.
No doubt about it. Put 3 on the board.
It's a field goal just before the intermission to move them in front.
When you make a field goal late in the second quarter, Jim, it just eases the tension of your football team, of the coaches, and even the fans are happy sometimes when you take a lead late in the second quarter.
Halftime, 2 minutes away.
All right, so now as we go back to the field, we've got a good game going, and an offense that's trying to close the gap before halftime. The Bills will take the snap from the 25.
A tackle behind the line.
The Dolphins defensive coordinator, my gosh, he is one happy guy. Anytime you get in the backfield and stop a runner and make him lose yards, that's some good stuff.
From the gun. Looking across the middle.
Catch made.
A foot race to the end zone. In stride, and he's home for the touchdown. Phil, they have the lead now here late in the second thanks to that touchdown, and they should have it, in fact, when we go to the intermission.
Oh, now you see in the future, huh? So you know those things. No, I'm just kidding, of course, Jim. Like to have a little fun with you every once in a while. But, hey, nice drive by the offense. That puts them in a great frame of mind going into halftime here soon.
Lee's got it.
Tackles made. And a run back of about 17. The Dolphins offense has played a magnificent first half of football here.
Look, at halftime, there's going to have to be some adjustments made by both teams on the defensive side. And I don't know what they do. I would just start out with this. Just be more aggressive and get those players into the game.
A flag. A close brush with an interception that time by Gilmore.
Holding, offense.
Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one. 2nd down and 10. Gains 5. They still face 3rd and 6 even after that last successful pass play.
Managing that clock, such a big deal in the NFL. That's why they're hurrying up. Don't use that timeout. Keep those timeouts because that is going to maybe give you a chance to win the game.
The Bills signal for the timeout, and that's the first one they've used. Here's the punt by Mastay. Goodwin's got it now. Tackled down at the 47. And a run back of about 11.
We've seen a quarterback today, Phil, who just can't be slowed down.
Hard to slow down talent, and this QB is loaded with it, and he is showing it today, isn't he? You talk about any type of throw, off balance, off his back foot, on the run, and then when he needs to show that power, he lets it go, and he's been right on the mark.
1st down at the 47. They're setting up screen. He's taken down at the 47.
Good job by the receiver, running into that defense through the zone, finding the open space, and making a nice catch.
2nd and 10.
Well, I think it's important for the defense. Anytime it's a 3rd and long situation for the offense to know where those 1st down markers are, give a little ground, and make sure you're able to come up and make the tackle short of the 1st down marker.
Ball at the 47. The Dolphins with a nickel look here on defense. From the gun. Easy catch there. No one near him. The Bills, 1 timeout remaining. First and 10. Locked in on the football and has hold of it with 2 hands.
Nice job that time by the runner. Gets out of bounds after the play. You got under 2 minutes, and you need to stop the clock, so he gets it done.
First and 10. He has the grab. They're just grinding away down here, inching closer to the end zone.
Well, that's what you got to do sometimes. It's hard always to think that you're going to come out and just make big plays. You got to do the dirty work, and this offense is doing it right now.
Let's go.
Toss to the outside. And he's in for the touchdown. The late touchdown here in the 2nd quarter gives them a nice lead with the intermission looming, Phil.
Yeah, great job on their side. They got a nice lead, but I just want to give you a little warning now. This is professional football, and those are professionals on the other side, and they will fight back. So be ready to come out here and play the same way in the 2nd half.
The Bills ready to kick it away. Lee's going to run this one out. And it's the same as a touchback as he's tackled right at the 20. The Dolphins take the field here in what has become a shootout of the highest order. How about all the scoring we're seeing, Phil?
Well, it's exciting. I know that. The crowd is crazy. They love it when they see big plays out in the field. It's like watching home runs when you're at a baseball game. That gets the crowd going, and when you see these big plays, throws down the field, the crowd gets excited, and it's fun to watch.
This will most likely be the final play before the half ends.
Takes a knee. And as the first half comes to a close, we'll take a quick break before the beginning of the second half here in South Florida.
Thanks, Jim, and welcome to the EA Sports Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Dolphins really played well last week, but that hasn't always been the case today. The Bills have to be commended for playing a really good first half.
Goodwin's going to take a knee, so this will come out to the 20. The Dolphins defense finds themselves trailing here, Phil, but a stop right out of the box to start the second half could swing the momentum for their side.
It could, Jim. You know, at halftime when your team is losing, usually on the offensive side, they're going, okay, guys, let's do this and that. On the defensive side, it's all about yelling, give us more energy, play harder, be tougher. So that's what I expect from the defense right here.
Nice run that time. When you run the football like this, over a period of time, it's going to wear that defense out. There's no doubt about it. Nice job by the offensive line.
The Bills snap it at the 26. Gains about 3. He's averaged about 2 yards a carry on the day.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They were all over the run that time, and they only give up a short gain.
3rd and 1 coming up. The Bills have it at the 29. Another handoff right back to him.
Well, the defense, they give them a first down there. They're behind. They just can't sit back there and keep bending. You got to take some chances. Go on the offensive, on the defensive side, and just make things happen.
The Bills take it from the 33. And at the 37, he'll be brought down. There's going to be an injury timeout here. We'll take a quick break and be back in just a moment. We'll head back to the field now after the injury timeout. Danielle Bellini is getting us the update on exactly what happened down there.
2nd down and 5.
They'll go ground. And that's a gain of maybe 5.
When you run the football like this and you show toughness, there is no doubt when you fake it and try to throw the football down the field, the quarterback's going to have all day to get it done.
Right back to him one more time. The tackle's made and the first down is picked up.
That time, nice job. Offensive line gives him a little hole, and he gets in there and shows his toughness and picks up the first down.
Get ready.
Now 1st and 10. Toss to the outside. Brought down at the 47-yard line.
We've got a player down, so we'll step aside and be back in just a moment.
After running it, it's 2nd down.
Get ready.
Flip to the outside. Hunt's going to make the tackle.
Doesn't like what he sees on the defensive side, so he is changing the play to the receivers by giving him hand signals.
Pulls it in, and he's on the sidelines and out of bounds.
Good job by the defense. They're well taught, well schooled by the defensive coordinator. They know in situations like this, if it's thrown short of the first down marker, they're good. They come up, make the tackle. Now we have 4th down.
Lee's going to make the fair catch this time. The Dolphins talk things over at the intermission, and I'm sure one of the first orders of business was to try to figure out a way to get this offense going, Phil.
Absolutely. That's what you want to do, and I think you do that by play call. So the coach, they have many plays that we call drive starters. Catch the defense by surprise. They need to call one of those right here
and right now to get this offense going. Always good to have these types of runs. Yeah, it's not a first down, but it sends a message. It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to, and also it opens up so many other things for your offense.
The Bills with 2 extra defensive backs in the dime.
2nd and 2. Has the reception all alone.
That's reception number 2 for him.
Well, when you're down a couple scores in the second half, you're just looking for some positives and trying to get some momentum on your side. So that first down by the offense, maybe that'll give them some confidence, and we'll see where they go with it from here.
That was a big gainer. Now it's time to back it up. Handoff. He runs with it right up the gut. Tackle down at the 46-yard line.
With any running game, one of the keys is to be consistent, and that's what we've seen from this team 2 straight weeks.
That's right. You know, listen, I look at this offense and this running game. They have so many ways to get it done. And also, they have a running back who can go around you, and he's strong enough to run right over the top of you.
2nd down and 5.
They'll go ground. Williams is there to make the tackle. Phil, today we've seen a running back who was putting up some big rushing totals.
Jim, sometimes I get tired of talking about the quarterbacks and wide receivers, how well they're doing. What a good change of pace to watch the game evolve around a running back. And, man, this guy is taking advantage of those opportunities.
Here's the handoff. Has the first down. Now looking. He's in the clear.
Another 3rd down conversion. The offense continues to come through in the clutch.
You're running back in this league and you pick up first downs and you don't fumble the football, I promise you one thing, you're going to get more carries. Anytime your team is down, you're inside the other team's red zone, you look for one of your star players, your quarterback, wide receiver, or running back. They need to make a big play here.
Thompson's there to take him down.
I guess you'd say he's like a quarterback. You can't complete them all. And this running back, you can't make every run spectacular. Nowhere to go, so only gets a couple yards this time.
Get ready. Break to the end.
2nd and 8.
They feed it to him one more time. They step up to the 9-yard line. The Dolphins all bunched up here as they get set at the line.
Screen. Breaks the tackle. Miami in the end zone for the touchdown.
That's his first touchdown catch of the season.
Still more than a quarter left in the game, and with that touchdown, they're well within striking distance.
Oh, they're right there now. Now you can sit back and change what you were trying to do. You don't have to play with desperation. You got to, now what you've done by scoring, you've made the other team have to come out and play and take some chances.
Let's go. Break to the end. Break to the end.
So, put down a touchdown and a 2-point conversion on that occasion.
Yeah, good job by the offense. They executed the play perfectly, and they got in the end zone, like you said, got that 2 points.
The penalty is declined. That last play will hold up. The Bills are ready to return the kickoff.
Goodwin's going to test the coverage here. And he's tackled just past the 20. We'll mark it at the 22-yard line. The Bills bringing their offense onto the field. It wasn't a very productive possession for them last time out, partner. They ended up punting.
Well, you know what it was? It was a good filling out process. So they got some knowledge by watching the defense and what defenses they tried on them. So you've got to take advantage of that knowledge and come out here and make some plays.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Roughing the passer call gives the offense 15 yards and a new set of downs.
Yeah, and it was a terrible roughing the passer that time. he absolutely took 2 steps before he hit the quarterback. You can see when he lets the ball go. When you see him let it go, pull up.
Trying to power his way right up the middle. Seeing these stats, Bill, you really look at them and have to go, wow, because both teams are just playing so well on the offensive side of the ball.
I know that's what the fans are doing. They love these type of games. High scoring, a lot of action. They're having a good time. I know this. The defense, it's the other way around. They are having an awful time.
2nd down and 6. To the ground. And he is brought down at the 45-yard line.
Good job by the defensive line standing in there and fighting, and they hold the running back to a short gain.
Third down and 1. They'll run it here. And he's going to be tackled, and that's going to bring us to 4th down.
I think as time has gone on, more and more coaches and teams, we see them going for it on 4th and short. But this decision, you're winning the game, 4th and short, you're near midfield. I don't think you go for it. Don't let the pressure of the fans or your players get into your mind. Put the football away. That's the right decision.
Dropping back 3. The Bills turn the ball over on downs. Late in the 3rd, and this... Defense gets the ball back into the hands of their offense, looking to seize control of this game.
Yeah, that defense, boy, that'll give them some emotion making a stop like that, and they will actually give confidence to the offense. They like the situation now. They probably can't believe the other team went for it on 4th down.
Loss of 5 on the play. One team's running the football, the other is passing, but both are working with their game plans.
Yeah, they both are working. As you look down there on the field, one set of running backs are really happy. On the other side, the wide receiver group, they're really happy. So as long as you get it done, that's all that matters.
Get ready.
2nd down and 5. And nothing there as that was double covered. Third down. Drop back, shotgun formation. He's wide open for the grab. That's his 4th catch of the day.
The Dolphins look pretty confident out there on the field, don't they? And they're very calm, and they should be. That 1st down, they're right in this game. Don't look down the field for that big play. Just keep marching.
We're about to get the 4th quarter started in a high-scoring affair.
There's no reason to think that this game won't continue to be a high-scoring affair. You've got to be on the offensive side. You've got to stay aggressive and look for ways for those big plays and keep putting points on the board.
Final quarter underway now with this snap. Pulls it in.
The defense has a lead here in the 4th quarter, Jim, so they're willing to give up those short completions. Now it's up to the defense. Come up, make the tackle. Good job that time.
2nd down coming up.
Get ready.
Moore's going to take the snap from the shotgun. The 31. Here we go. The Dolphins need to get to the 27 to pick up a first. 3rd down and 4. Finds Evans. Breaks the tackle. That's been the story of this game. Another 3rd down conversion to move the chains.
The Dolphins, good job that time moving the chains, picking up that first down. And, Jim, of course, there's no time to panic in a situation like this. I think they know that. It's in the second half. You're down just a few points. Just keep looking for ways to get another first down, and that'll serve your team well.
For a gain of about 5. The Bills haven't forced many turnovers this season, but today they're having a big outing, and it's easy to see why they're winning because of it.
Yeah, I like what they're doing on the defensive side. They are hustling so much, and when you hustle, you get more defensive players around the football, and that's how you cause turnovers.
2nd and 6.
Handoff made. That brings the play to an end.
Third down now. For this play, they'll go with 2 tight ends.
Moore standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap. Gets about 9 on the play. That's another reception. Give him 2.
The Dolphins just picked up a big first down that time, Jim. When you're down in the second half, every first down is crucial. Nice job that time by the offense.
The defense is ready to plug up the middle here on the goal line. So, 1st and goal to go.
Gets the handle here.
The offense is so close right here. They just need to show a little power and punch this in the end zone and get that touchdown.
Second and goal to go.
Touchdown, Miami Dolphins.
Finding the end zone for the 2nd time.
Still a lot of game to go, but they've taken the lead on that touchdown.
Oh, man, that's awesome. Anytime you take the lead in the 4th quarter, that is a huge deal because we're talking about limited possessions, limited time on the play clock. This puts a lot of pressure on the other team.
The Bills back now for the return, going to look to try and get back on top. Scores 39-35. And he's tackled right at the 30-yard line after that return. The Bills look to be almost certain to come away with points the last time they had the ball, but instead of attempting a field goal, they went for it on 4th down and were unable to convert. Let's see what they do with this possession.
Yeah, look, this isn't high school or college football where you get many, many possessions. In the pros, you don't get that many. When you get a chance to get points, you got to take advantage of it and take those points.
The Dolphins all season long have won the turnover battle, and today it's more of the same.
When you look at turnovers, it really, to me, comes down to one thing. That means you have a lot of speed on the defensive side. You can hit them before they are ready, and that's what they're doing here today.
He makes the catch. Gains 18.
I don't think anyone's surprised when you look at the numbers. Here's a quarterback who is so good at just standing in the pocket and dominating that defense.
There's a group of quarterbacks in this league that every single week they just seem to get it done. Of course, it's the teams they're on. They have talent, but the quarterbacks themselves are just so good.
They bring in the extra tight end. 1st down and 10.
Here's the handoff, and they'll run it. And at the 49, he'll be brought down. Well, we're anxious to hear the full story on that injury. Let's go down to Danielle Bellini with the story.
Guys, I just spoke with a Bills official. He said it was his shoulder in question. The doctors believe it is a ligament tear, and they've pulled him from the game. An MRI has already been scheduled.
Now they take the football onto the opponent's side of the field.
The Bills did a good job that time picking up the first down. Let's look at the situation. You're behind the second half. You keep looking to pick up those first downs, and you get enough of them. What does it do? Pretty simple. It leads to a score.
The give picks up maybe 3.
Defense wasn't fooled by that play call. The defense, even though their team is leading, they were ready for the run, and they stopped the offense that time just for a couple yards.
Running back in motion here. 2nd down and 7. And that's a big tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
The Dolphins guessed right on the defensive side that time. They thought it was going to be a run play. They were all over it, and they got in the backfield and made the tackle.
On the way, 3rd down. Snapping out of the gun. Blows out. A recovery by the defense. And he's brought to the ground.
And wouldn't you know it, in a game that's been all about the offense all the time, it's the defense that comes up with the biggest play of the game here in crunch time.
Well, look, I want to give them some credit, but I just figure on defense in the NFL, sooner or later, somebody will make a play. I didn't think it would take them all the way to the 4th quarter.
Draw. Picks up about 5.
When I was a quarterback, I loved it when they called the draw play because I know that defensive line, they're all trying to go after the quarterback, and nobody's prepared for the run.
Coming to the line at the 32.
The corners are going to meet the receivers right on the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 5.
And he's tackled at the 32-yard line.
This is 3rd down.
The Dolphins need to get to the 27 to pick up a first. Tannehill from the gun. And it's caught by Curse. That's his 3rd catch of the day. The Bills trail right now, and they just have not been able to rush the quarterback, which is very rare for this defense.
Well, they got to find a way to get to the quarterback, and I don't know, what do? Do you bring in different players? Do you use some different subs? Hey, I think they should start blitzing, find a way to hit that QB. What a job by the defense down on the goal line. They were playing run all the way. It was a run. They got the penetration, and they tackled the runner for a loss.
Loss of 4 on the play.
Well, as the clock is winding down, the offense would like to just run it out. 2nd down and a long way to go.
When you get 3rd and goal, a lot of times it just comes down to who's willing to fight the hardest. We'll find out here in a second.
The clock's really become a factor here, and the defense knows it has to get off the field as soon as possible to give the team a chance.
We have 2 minutes remaining, and the defense knows it must step up big now.
3rd and a long way to go. So they failed to convert on 3rd down, but that's been one of the lone failures on 3rd today. After that defensive timeout, we're ready for action. Should be what we call a gimme. And converts on the 3.
Well, that time the offense had great field position. They don't take advantage of it, but at least they get 3 points. Good job by the kicker coming in and getting some points on the board.
He'll have a chance to take off.
And he's taken down right at about the 29, not quite to the 30.
Well, here we go, partner. As this defense retakes the field, it knows exactly what it has to do. A stop right now, and this one will be in the books as a W.
Yeah, it's never easy, though, Jim. Somebody's got to make that play. You got to play as a group. You got to show emotion. And most of all, you got to be tough.
1st down. Pressure on every snap now. Stands in the pocket. He's able to come down with it. What a catch. One-handed.
The Bills look pretty confident out there on the field, don't they? And they're very calm, and they should be. That 1st down, they're right in this game. Don't look down the field for that big play. Just keep marching.
Takes it from the gun. And they deck the quarterback.
There is no decision to make in a situation like this. Under 2 minutes, the clock is running. You take a quarterback sack. Look how long it's taken them to get back in formation and try to run the next play.
The Bills will take the snap from the 35. Secures it with 2 hands. Gains 5. Wow, Phil, you would think when a quarterback has a game like this going that they would not only have the lead, but maybe a big lead. Instead, they're trailing.
Yeah, Jim, and look, if you look at the stats, once again, we'll say it, stats do lie. It's not all about the quarterback all the time. It is a team game, and they are just not doing it overall so far.
There's a flag right there.
Pass interference. Defense. Automatic first down.
Now on first down. Every snap crucial the rest of the way. After the long gain, let's see what they do here. From the shotgun. Has his target. Wow, what a time. Touchdown near the end of this one.
What a job by this team. They have fought hard all day long, and they find a way to get a touchdown. Now they're only an extra point from tying this game up. What a job.
And the point after is good. It is as intense as it gets. The game is tied as we're moving toward the finish line. Could be headed to overtime.
It's been, boy, what a day. And if it goes into overtime, that means you just get a chance to see more good football. Both teams have played extremely well. I don't think either team will take a chance here at the end of the game.
That return's good for about 23. The Bills defense trying to be sure that they do not let this game slip away. They must make an immediate stop here on this series.
Yeah, they got to be smart, and you got to think about what the offense is probably going to try to do. They're going to be a little careful too, because they're thinking, hey, the worst we want is to go into overtime. So on the defensive side, no penalties, and don't give up extra yards after a run or a catch.
The Dolphins coming to the line still have all 3 of their timeouts here in the 4th quarter.
Quarters formation here for the defense. More football to be played here. This one is going to the extra session. So here in overtime, the rules change. If you receive the ball first and get a touchdown, the game is over. However, if you take the ball down on your first drive and only manage a field goal, the other team will have a chance to tie or win the game. And if both teams get field goals on their opening drives, the next team to score from there will win the game. Lined up now in kickoff formation. Lee's running this one out. And they stop him from running it out to the 20. Mark him down at the 19. Lee's still down, so we'll take a quick break and be back in just a moment. He'll take the first snap here in overtime. Great pass, great catch, great control. 3rd catch today so far.
Nice job that time by the tight end, makes the catch, and you got to look out for him now in the NFL. Remember, they're usually the closest receiver to the quarterback, quarterback gets in trouble, he's going to look for the tight end.
Tannehill's completion percentage, 80% on the day. It's first down as they head to the line. First down here after the completion.
Boy, they saw something on the offense. It caught their attention. Look at the defensive line. The ball shifting to the right. This offense relies on this running back as much as any offense in the NFL. That's the reason why he's in the top 10 of carries so far this season.
Looks like a penalty on the defense.
Encroachment, defense. Automatic first down.
Coming to the line at the 45. The Bills lined up in the nickel. Got a flag.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Players from both sides making an appeal, but the officials saw it on the defense. First down at the 40. A nice grab. No doubt he was going to hold on to that one. That's his 6th catch of the day.
When the defense is going to play safe and they don't want you to run by them, you've got to be able to throw these out routes where the receiver's cutting towards the sideline and the quarterback stick it in there.
One-handed grab.
What must it be like to be able to go down there and make a play like that? How about one-handed catch? That was special.
Tannehill's completion percentage, 80% on the day. Only 8 yards to go. Let's see how they back up the big play here. Tannehill gives it up. And that game's won.
Good coaching on the defensive side. Everybody stays at home. They stay in their gap, and they hold that run to a short gain.
Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one. 2nd and goal from the 7. Going to be a tackle for a loss. He's averaging right around 7 yards per carry on the game.
Tim, I love these situations. 3rd and goal. What are they going to call? They're going to run the football. They're going to go with a pass. And if it is a pass, I would look for something quick.
3rd and goal from the 8. Chip shot here. And he puts it through for 3.
Coach's decision, this was easy. His field goal kicker is hot, so don't even hesitate. You send him out there, and what do you know? Another kick right down the middle.
Goodwin's taking a knee here, so the ball will be spotted at the 20. Bill, this passing attack has looked so good today, but still they trail in the game.
Jim Nance, this is a passing league. We see it every single week, don't we? The receivers are so good. They spread the field. The quarterbacks keep
getting better and better. And you're right, the passing game is just absolutely terrific.
First down at the 20. Down the field.
But it's incomplete.
Got to give this secondary credit. In this passing league now, it's hard to make plays, but a good play there and another incomplete pass.
After the incomplete pass, it brings up second down.
The Bills get a first down. Being a go-to target, Phil, I think you would say every quarterback needs one. In fact, one just like this guy.
Well, I know this. They need one. I know they all want one. And as a wide receiver, some guys, it doesn't matter if you double team him every single play. They just have the knack and the talent to find a way to get open. Look out. They're changing the play to take advantage of something they see on the defensive side.
On target. On his way. It's a walk-off touchdown beyond belief.
Well, this one, an overtime thriller and a game-winning touchdown in the extra session.
That is exciting, Jim. The offense played terrific all day, and it's appropriate that they got it done in overtime and drove down the field and scored.
So for Bill Sims and all the crew at EA Sports, Jim Nantz saying so long for now.
I got that. Be more in me, yeah, that's my problem. What? I rep my city, yeah, I got him. What you heard? Be wildin'. You got me. I'm from the bottom. Oh yes, Lord. Walk like I'm talk like